Uh, I feel like listening, I'm picking it up a little bit more,
う
but
ん。
that repetition and kind of hearing it in a natural conversation.
うん。
And with the apps, you can't get that natural conversation piece
う
going.
ん。
616, so I'd say, こんばんは, or genki
うん。
desu ka, depending on how it's going.
うん。
Yeah, 私の名前 Alex です.
うん。
よろしくお願いします. And then American Jin desu. That's about all I've got. こんばんは。今日は、ありがとうございます。
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
ありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。ここでいろんな人とつながれ、嬉しいです。
うん。よかったです。
日本語を初めてばかりです。5ヶ月ぐらいです。アメリカ人です。ボストン出身です。日本仕事で来ました。神奈川住んでいます。1年ぐらいです。
よかったです。
友達作りたいです。
うん。
あと、同僚と話したいです。
うん。ぜひ。
休みの日はよく筋トレしたり、音楽聴きます。
うん。そうですか。
はい、はい。日本旅行したいです。去年、京都、大阪と沖縄、行ったことあります。でも、北海道と札幌行ってみたいです。
うん。ぜひ行ってください。
あ、ありがとうございます。日本、長く住みたいです。ありがとうございました。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Feel like learning Japanese is too damn hard for you? Stop slaving away at grammar, words, and spelling. Now there's a better way to learn how to speak Japanese like a normal guy. Welcome to Terumi's podcast. Let's learn Japanese in just 2 months with Terumi's learning method.
So welcome to this YouTube channel. How you feel, Alex?
Oh, feeling really good. I'm enjoying it.
Amazing. So the listener doesn't know you, so that's why could you tell me your name and where you're from, where you born, and what do you do right now?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So my name is Alex DeRosa. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's see, and right now I'm in Japan. I work in Japan. I'm in the American military. I'm in the army, and I'm loving every second of it.
Amazing. So before coming to Japan, how much did you know about Japan?
Very little. Probably whatever like a YouTube or Instagram person would
Mm-hmm.
put on for a vacation spot. I knew very little about Japan.
Mm-hmm. So 1 year ago, you really didn't know about even Japan very much. And also when you recognize that you're gonna stay in Japan, how did you feel this time? Like it was more nervous, like you missed states or more excitement? What do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, love America. I love the United States, but living in Japan has just been completely eye-opening. I've loved it. A little nervous at first. Everyone tries, Duolingo once or twice and then just gives up about a month or two later. But
Mm,
I've absolutely loved living in Japan. I'm excited to be here. Just enjoying the next couple of years.
amazing. So right now it's like the lifestyle, like after work, like, what do you do in Japan basically?
Um, well, I try to get out as often as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm lucky enough to live in Kanagawa, so I'm near Tokyo. So I've definitely been out trying to explore the city a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
With work, I was able to hike Mount Fuji this year, so I was very, very grateful for that.
Amazing.
Uh, but yeah, just a lot of it, military habits. I love working out, love running. If Recently started working with a few volunteer places outside the base,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
just kind of working with the hands. It's been really fun.
Amazing. So, because I talk to a lot of foreigners, and especially like we have a big community from the military base, and also we have some American people who work in a tech companies. That's actually really our common community. And I talk a lot of people, and then people say, I'm nervous to even go to the restaurant alone, or nervous to even go to the station alone because it's, language is totally different and you feel like afraid of losing the direction. So Alex, you live in Japan 1 year, it's very still young. So some people even never could try to go everywhere alone because it's just scary. What do you think about this? Like how much you had the fear, or right now so just challenge? What do you think?
So I mean, I definitely understand why people would feel that way, right? Like it's
Mm,
especially if, God forbid something happened and I need to be able to communicate or ask for help or something. If your phone dies, I had to buy a portable battery when I got out here. At the same time, though, I mean, this for me, this felt like a once in a lifetime opportunity. Um, I was in Yokohama talking, and I ran into by coincidence a very random American person who's in the military, and he said to me, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna meet people. You're gonna go out with your friends and go see everything. Uh, but make sure you go out alone a couple times because it's an experience you'll never forget. And
mm.
and he was right. He was so right. I've loved every second of that.
All right. So the biggest factor being alone is definitely if you know the language a little bit, of course, you can be much independent. So you mentioned a little bit, so you did some Duolingo before this Japan Language Factory master course. So can you tell me like it was what kind of experience did you have before this master course?
Um, yeah, definitely. I would say I did not get far at all. With Duolingo, and I made it to like level 5 or 6 or some whatever scoring way it was. Not to speak ill of Duolingo, right? But um, for me, day one working with you and Chihiro, my teacher, we were able to get a full. I was able to get a full sentence. Like I was able to articulate myself, and trying to do self training, I wasn't able to do that. Yeah, there was definitely an expectation, and a lot of
Mm,
people I think just they want to have that like independence, right? Like I
mm,
want to study on my own time. And at least for me, we get that the structure, we get and I love the fact that your program kind of teaches a mindset
mm,
of like, hey, if you want to learn, you've got to you've got to work for it and you've got to study this stuff.
mm-hmm,
Um
mm-hmm.
it's yeah, I think if you're not incredibly disciplined and not incredibly willing to work through the mundane, not knowing how to get to point B,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be very hard to do that self training without a good teacher.
So this during the master course, like you became able to do so many things. And so how was the experience, basically this master course?
It's been so fun. It's it's just a good time. And it's rewarding. Yeah, it is difficult. Yeah, it is difficult, and it's a little niche. But when you can have a conversation with somebody and somebody gets a positive reaction of, oh, you understood what I was saying, or oh, that was this guy kind of knows a little bit more of what he's talking about. It it's just so satisfying. I love it. I love learning it.
You are going to go to this level 2 master course. What do
Oh,
you
thanks.
expect for the next level?
Honestly, I've been really lucky. We've been working through all the fundamentals and kind of going over the agenda with you before we signed up. It really sounds like we're getting into that more intermediate of the fundamentals. So really just kind of drilling in. Um, and that for me that just kind of makes me feel like I'll sound a little bit better at what I'm talking about. And I'm very excited for that. Most of the friends I've met, I'm starting to meet them in the middle a little bit, but they're people who either have already spoken English for a while or they're trying to learn better English. So kind of the same idea of a reverse of them immersing themselves, speaking with me trying to catch what I can in the middle.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
so I think it'd be fun to meet new people and be able to fully have a conversation in Japanese.
Amazing. Yeah. So the one last things I'd like to ask you. So a lot of people are maybe intended to live in Japan. On the other side, it's a lot of people are afraid of learning Japanese. Maybe it takes so many years to learn Japanese or so much effort, like people feel I don't have time. Do you have any advice for those people who is like live in Japan but difficult to learn the language?
So honestly, I'd say I get it. I hear you. Like it is a difficult language. But at the same time, everything worth it in life, everything worth doing in life it takes hard work. And sometimes it's just starting with the right people. And when you start with the right people and you build momentum, it's still hard, but it's so much more fun.
Amazing. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
Are you expat living in Japan? You started living in Japan, you're super excited to communicate with locals. You can enjoy traveling, meeting people. And now you start using this textbook and you feel like, wow, that's so many. Elementary school textbook, another elementary school textbook, and how many hours should you study? Let's think one more time. In order to communicate like a normal guy, you can do everything in the basic everyday life. Should you finish all those textbooks? Otherwise, you won't understand what they're talking. You cannot express yourself, anything. First of all, there are always two ways to learn languages. One is documentational language. The other one is conversational language. It's like, once upon a time, grandmother and grandfather are living somewhere. Or, hey, what's up? How's it going? Which is conversational. What is the most effective way to learn how to speak Japanese? Textbooks can't talk to you, so you cannot improve your listening skill and pronunciation, how to communicate. So why Japanese children can speak Japanese so quickly? Because they are learning conversational Japanese. The good news is, in Japan Language Factory, we have a specific learning structure to improve your conversational Japanese. So you can join the conversation, you can understand what they're talking, you can respond quickly, and express what you are thinking. If you want to be able to speak Japanese as soon as possible, join our free consultation to figure out what is the fastest way to start speaking Japanese.